WTF, we're doing a podcast. I'm Nikki.
And I'm Michelle. This is 50. Welcome to What the 50. Join us on our continued journey to simplify our lives.
We will seek the answers from the experts and offer tips, tools, and techniques to live your life with confidence and joy. Are we ready?
Let's go.
Hi, Nikki.
Hey, Mish.
I'm saying hello first this time because I'm like super excited with who we have as our super special guest today. And we have Michaela Ramlal. Michaela, meet Auntie Nikki.
Hi, Michaela.
Hi. Hello. Nice to meet
So
you.
here's a little backstory. Michaela is really very special to me because Michaela is my niece.
Oh.
Yes. Michaela is the daughter-in-law of my sister.
Okay.
So Michaela is my family. And apart from all of that, Michaela is a young lady that I truly, truly admire for various reasons. And just look at her. She's just beautiful inside and out.
Thank you.
Welcome, Michaela.
Thank you. And thanks to both of you for having me here today. I'm very excited to just chit chat with you guys.
And we're happy to have you.
Thank you.
So yes, when we started this podcast, we thought it was going to be mostly for older women in their 50s. But then we started realizing that there's so many young women that we really admire. And sometimes when we look, it's like, oh, maybe we should have done it this
that
way
or that way, yes.
And I think Michelle brought you up as one of these people that like, look at her, look at how she's mothering and her daughter, she raves about your daughter. So we really wanted to see, hear your story because you are a model, of fitness enthusiast and entrepreneur,
yes,
a digital marketer. You have a great social media presence. So, and of course, a great mommy too.
Oh,
I want to hear all your story. How you do it all.
So before we get into that part of it, just
Okay.
tell us a little bit about Michaela. First of all, I didn't realize that you were born in London.
Yes. Not many people know. I really don't know that, honestly. The only hint I would have given was the UK flag, the Union Jack on my profile.
Yes.
But I really not the first thing I tell anyone. But yes, I was born in London, England. My brother was too. And so I spent a very short time there. I didn't spend a long time there, but I do remember going to elementary school. But shortly after that, my mom decided that she wanted her family in one place. My dad was in Jamaica, so she took herself back to Jamaica just so we all could be in one household. And so from there, I continued my schooling here in Jamaica, went to prep, high, and university here. So pretty much just say I am Jamaican because I was raised mostly here.
Right. And so you went to university here in Jamaica. And what did you study? You have 2 degrees.
I did, yes. So my first degree is in psychology and my master's degree, my second degree is in marketing and communication.
Okay. And that's your focus now?
That's my focus mainly, yes. But I have also delved into fitness. In the last couple of years, I've become really into fitness. And so I decided to go ahead and get the certification. So now I am actually a certified personal trainer and nutritionist. And I just, within the last month or two, taken on a couple online clients.
Wow,
really?
Exciting. Okay. We should get
I was about to ask if you have clients that are over 50.
Yeah. Most of them are. They're not based in Jamaica, though I am. It's open to Jamaicans or locals as well, but they're over 50.
That's nice. So we fit in.
Is amazing, and she's doing the work.
Okay.
A lot of young people would have to do a lot to keep up with her, so that's cool.
Wow. Okay. So we can slot ourselves in.
Yes, for sure.
For sure. I'm ready for you guys when you are.
So looking at your social media presence, which is very impressive, we know that you model.
I do.
You've done work with Lasco, you've done work with et al. I mean, the most beautiful pieces. And it's just absolutely amazing. Every single photo almost looks like a different you, because
Oh,
you're able to really bring whatever it is that you're modeling, you personalize it each time. So what was your life like, or what is your life like as a model? How do you balance that as a mom, as an entrepreneur? That takes a lot. And you're also, you're in a relationship. So how are you able to balance all those different aspects of Michaela? And this is part of being the modern mom.
Of course.
right. Yes. I was just about to start with that. I mean, we're not in the traditional days anymore. So you find young ladies like myself and older women doing a lot more things than they would have done back then. They're working, they're in, top level jobs, and they're momming at the same time, and they're doing other things on the side that they love. So for me, in terms of how I balance all of those things, it's really just time management, knowing also when to say no, not take on too many things at once. So I have a lot of planners, I have a lot of journals, and so I jot down a lot of things, I write down a lot of notes, I plan my days, I have things to do lists. And so that has helped me a lot to really manage my days, manage my jobs as well. But let's start from the top. You had asked what life is like, as a model, as a mom, all of those things. Number one, it's not easy. It's not easy. There are tons of things to do. I get up at 5 a.m., sometimes 4:30, because that's when I usually train my first client. So my day starts pretty early. So as I said before, organization and planning is key for me to be able to manage everyone well and to give them or each thing the attention that it needs. And so that I'm able to do it properly, So it's pretty rough, but I can't say that I have a lot of negatives to say about it, because I have managed to figure it out,
Mm-hmm.
Then I started modeling, I think, in 2008, after I won the petite model competition for Pulse. So because of that, I had a lot of experience with, different agencies and people, brands, all of those things. So now it's pretty much very easy and straightforward to get that process done.
Mm-hmm.
So it's deciding on when, the dates, what the concept might be, what is required of me, what they need from me.
Right.
Where through emails or even a Zoom meeting or face-to-face meeting, just hash that out real quick and then get the job done.
And then you were a TV host at one point as well.
Yes, I was. So, it's kind of weird, because as I said to you, when I was doing my first degree in my second year, I was coming to the end of my second year. I was like, I feel like media is what I want to do. Marketing is what I want to do. I want to be in that kind of field. Marketing, advertising, people person, social butterfly type of thing. And at the end of my first degree, I saw this ad go out. I think it was in the paper, or was it on social media? I don't remember, but I saw the ad and I was like, I'm going to try this. I'm going to go and I'm going to do the audition. Let's see what happens. So I went to the audition. I was a nervous wreck, but I did well. I did well. And I landed the job. So that was great for me. I just finished my degree and I was wondering, okay, do I take some time off or do I just go straight into my master's? That popped up. So I ended up doing that for, I think, about 4 to 5 years.
Wow.
So I had started with one program that had aired on CVM. That didn't last for too long, but then I went on to host Predis, which is still around now. Pretty cool entertainment program.
Mm-hmm.
I was with them for about 4 years or so. Amazing team, amazing experiences during that time.
Mm-hmm.
That helped me to build my confidence overall as well. So it was really great. I would actually go back to presenting.
Into media.
It presented itself, or if I felt like, probably auditioning or applying, I actually would go for a program I thought was, in line with me and my beliefs and all of those things.
Mhm. So you did your first degree, then you went on to do your master's in marketing and communication, and then
Yes.
something really special happened.
Mhm.
Yes. So unexpectedly, but the best gift,
Of course.
I found out that I was expecting. I was totally surprised at the time, and I was scared as well because I was still in my master's program. I was on my last leg, and so I had all my final papers to hand in, all my final projects that I had been working on for the last year, and then the last couple of semesters, those exams. And those usually would have been the most difficult exams because they would test you on everything. So I was a little bit nervous about that, but with a great support system, you know, family and friends and everyone pitching in to help where they could, I was able to come out on top. So I'm so grateful for that family, grateful for my friends, and, you know, everybody was just happy. So it was a great time.
So you had your daughter while you were completing your master's degree?
Yes, I actually, let me see if I can remember the timeline well enough. I think I had her at least a week or two before my final exam. Yes. I had some preliminary exams first before the actual finals, and I had to take a couple of days off, but then I went right back into it.
Yes, this is the real modern mother, for sure.
Yes, I didn't take much time off. I just did what the doctor said and, you know, took the number of days that she recommended. And after that, I was head first into back to business with
and
the
there's a
final.
beautiful photo of you and your daughter at graduation.
At graduation, yes. That listen, I dreamt about taking like that for the whole pregnancy because I, you know, through everything that I had been going through, you know, trying to figure things out, making sure that that degree was, you know, suited for what I wanted to do in the future, welcoming her, you know, as well as anything else that would have been happening in my personal life. I was just really proud of myself.
Of course.
Of myself. So that was one photo that I just really wanted to put out there, you know.
I was actually listening to DJ Khaled this morning, and he was saying that sometimes we want to get the acknowledgement from other people, but there are times that we just have to look in the mirror and tell ourselves that we are proud of ourselves, congratulate our own selves. So it's great that you could say that I did this and I'm proud of myself.
Sure.
You know?
Yes.
Excellent.
For sure.
We're proud of you too.
Thank you. You know, I think that's very important for you as an individual to be able to look at yourself, speak to yourself and say, yes, you know, I have achieved this. I have managed to complete this goal that I had set, and congratulate yourself for it. Because a lot of times I find myself beating myself up. For example, when I was probably just around 30, I was like, you know, I feel like I should have been much farther. And then when I would say that
30-year-old, right?
Yeah.
Say that to friends of mine or family members, they would be like, what? But you achieved a lot. But then to me, you know, it was almost as if I didn't really achieve much. You know, okay, I was on television and hosting. I had a job. All right. You know, I was getting modeling jobs, good paying modeling jobs. Okay, all right. You know, it wasn't, I don't know. I was
not to mention a master's degree and a daughter.
Like
all of that.
You know, regular things, but people were like, no, like these are actual milestones that a lot of people really hold close to their hearts and cherish. And so, you know, I began looking at things differently. And, you know, I began to just say, yes, well, you know, a lot of people would very much like to be in the position you're in now. Absolutely. So be happy, be thankful, be all of those things, and just say yay and congratulate yourself.
Yes.
Everything in divine timing, for sure.
Of course.
And that I believe in as well. And one thing that I have made sure that my daughter does, sort of in line with what we're talking about, is that she has to say her affirmations every morning. So
And
I want to ensure that she knows she's beautiful, she knows she's brilliant, she knows all of these things about herself, so that when she gets to my age, she doesn't beat herself up, about certain things. And she knows that, all right, well, if I don't have it now, I just have to work for it, do all the things that I need to do to get towards that thing, to get to that point. And,
Yeah, so that brings us to your motherhood stage. So after you had your master's degree, you had your baby. So
yes.
is that when you got into social media? Like what happened after that, after the degree?
Social media was actually way before that.
Really? Okay.
okay.
Me, possibly from the modeling stages, because I would have used stuff like that to make content and shoot the behind the scenes stuff. So it started before that, but it did I did pause while I was doing my master's degree, because you want to focus and pay attention. So I wasn't really posting a lot of things. I got back into it sometime after, like around 2019, 2020, thereabout, unfortunately, when COVID decided to come. But yes, I got back into it sometime along the way. So it's pretty much always been a thing. I think I had joined Instagram when it just came out, whenever that was. So I've been on social media for a while.
Okay.
And how do you think, social media is literally in our face. We use it a lot.
Yes.
How do you, and we have often heard about the negatives, and we know there are positives, of course, but there are negatives too. How do you think you will manage social media where your daughter is concerned? Because whereas we were not born in the age, there was no social media when we were growing up, when we
or
were
when
young
our kids
adults,
were
or when
younger.
exactly. But your
Right.
daughter is born into it. That's a part of her life. How do you guide? How will you guide her, protect her?
All right. Well, it actually has started already. She has a tablet, and so she's hooked onto YouTube Kids. So for us parents, we have the option to kind of tailor what our kids see. And so I've gone through all the profiles. She can't purchase anything or watch anything outside of what I have, allowed on that platform. So that's one way. So I have to basically vet what she's watching. She won't be able to have any social media accounts. Probably not before,
For a
maybe.
while.
Or so, yeah. So I don't want her to be too exposed to social media too soon. And I think that's a mistake a lot of parents make. They allow their kids to do too much too soon. So I feel like I'll just take my time and allow her, as time passes, as she gets older and as she matures more, before I allow her onto certain things. Because unfortunately, Instagram and Twitter and those other social medias don't necessarily have those tight controls for kids. And so I don't want it to be a case where she's exposed to all sorts of things that I'm not allowing her to learn about at a certain age. So she won't be allowed to have certain social media apps on her devices,
So what age was it that you had mentioned? You kind of cut out at that point.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was saying maybe around 12. Not, I'll do some of the other things, but before that, no, she'll have to stick to what she knows. Oh,
yeah,
and that's wise.
Yeah, the social media, it's a whole big ball game. Even there's 4 years between my sons. One's 22, one's 18, and between the 22-year-old and the 18-year-old, a lot of things change.
There's a big difference.
I can't imagine what it's going to be like in another 6 years.
You mentioned having sons. The whole arena of it all may be slightly different for them. She's gonna be a young lady, pretty and taking beautiful pictures and stuff, and you have those people out there that they are just target. And so I feel like it's especially necessary that, for not only for our daughters, but, just to kind of, focus on them a little, because I feel like they're more targeted when it comes to certain things on social media. So yeah, I'll definitely be monitoring all of those things
Definitely have to manage that.
Yeah, for
You have
sure.
to. You have to. So,
for
Michaela,
sure.
I mean, you've done so much in a short time, but what's next for Michaela?
Yes, for sure. This sounds
Because we know
exciting.
you've set some other goals. So we know something else is coming up.
So yes, listen, I have so many things in the pipeline. I'm not entirely sure what is next because how it works for me and how God and the universe works for me is that I'll have my list of things and things just make themselves, available, or they present themselves to me. The opportunity just comes and I just jump at it at the time. So I actually didn't plan to start training anyone just yet, but the opportunity came and I just decided to take it because now is the time. It came to me. So I do, however, want to eventually open up my own gym.
Okay.
So that thinking about all the things I need to think about in order to get that done. So that's something that you might see sometime in the hopefully near future. You know?
Love that.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit more about your online training, and if anybody wanted to get into it, what does it entail? Is there packages, or how does it work?
And how we find you.
Well, usually I would take on clients via social media, so they can send me a DM. That's actually where I post most of my workout videos and so on. There's an email also attached to my Instagram, so they can click on that, send me an email, and then I just forward them all the information. So what it is, when you contact me, we will do a little meeting. And I will ask you a lot of questions related to your health and your goals and so on. And then from there, we talk about payment and all of those things. But outside of that, I would just want to get to know the person just a little bit more, get to see, where they're at in terms of their fitness, diet, and all of those things, because I do formulate a meal plan as well to go along or to align with their own goals. So yeah, basically I just provide personal fitness training to anybody that wants to achieve a particular goal. So if you want to gain weight, if you want to lose weight, or if you just want to stay fit, I'm here for you.
And you focus not only on women, men, women,
Not
nothing.
only women, anybody that wants to get fit.
Okay.
But I think something that is really important in all of this, so Michaela, is that you are extremely disciplined with going to the gym. And I think that a lot of times persons want magic to happen when they go to a trainer, but
Right.
you put the work in. I see so many posts of you in the gym, working out, you're eating right. I mean, the results are there. But I think that what I love is the fact that you're not just telling us what to do, but you're doing it as well.
Right.
Congrats on that.
Yes, thank you. I strongly believe that you should be a walking billboard of whatever it is you're promoting. So if your business is in fitness and dieting, or not dieting, but just eating well,
Healthy, yes. It's a healthy lifestyle.
Yes, you should follow suit. And so when people see you and your profile, that should be mirrored. So I take pride in ensuring that, luckily for me, other than that, it's been a part of my lifestyle from probably around high school age, 10, 11. I was doing karate. I was on my table tennis team. I was doing track. I was doing all of those athletic type things. And so fitness was always there, but I just doing the gym weight training aspect of it just yet. So consistency is key, and also ensuring that you are also doing what you're promoting as well, so that you can show your clients that, well, I've been doing this for quite some time, and I can say, after a month of doing a particular routine or trying to eat in a certain way, it will begin to become easier for you to adapt to that. So, doing it is important as a trainer, because then you're able to give a bird's eye view on what expected or how long something might take, or, those things. So we can explain properly or show properly that, once you put the work in, then
you get
the results.
Right.
Absolutely.
So one more question.
Sure.
As a mother of a young daughter, how do you approach giving her healthy eating habits to grow with?
Well, luckily for me, I have a daughter who is naturally into eating clean. So she likes a lot of vegetables. She even drinks the green juice when I make it. So it's for with her, it's not difficult.
Okay.
Was younger, around her age, they actually thought I was vegetarian because that's all I would want to eat. That's what my body wanted. So I feel like
Mhm.
she gotten some genetic thing from me where she likes that. But if it is she wasn't that way, I would find creative ways to incorporate those things. So I have a friend who has a daughter around the same age. Her daughter does not like anything healthy, does not like vegetables. So I told her to make blended fruit juices and put greens in that fruit juice. She doesn't taste it. She doesn't even know she's having them. So that way she's getting all the nutrients and stuff from those. I also make these really cool juice popsicles for Nia as
Ooh,
well. I have
nice.
veg there, but it's mostly with fruit. So she has her popsicles in the summertime or whenever. And those are naturally made, you know. I go buy the stuff from the markets or the fruit vendors and I make it at home. So just finding creative ways to incorporate it into your little ones diet is
Mhm.
really to go because it's hidden and they don't know.
So on that note, then, what tips do you have for young mothers? And I'm saying young mothers, but it's never too late to learn.
Yes, gonna make some
So
of those
so
veggie
I'm not
pots.
even going to say young mothers. What tips do you have for mothers? How they balance their life or whatever it is. What do you have some tips for us?
Yes, sure. It will go back to the point that I had made earlier about time management.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, your lists, make your things to do list for today, and plan it out. Plan out how you're gonna do them throughout the day, and tick them off as the day goes. It's really great to like plan your day out from the night before. Sometimes your life might be a little bit too hectic. You might be too tired. You might fall asleep before you get to do it. But wake up in the morning and get that done so that your day is easier. It's better to have a guide than to be all over the place. At least when you have that list, you're able to follow through with it. And that way your days are, just a little less stressful than it needed to be. So yes, organization, time management, those things go hand in hand. So I think once you have mastered those things, then your days will become a lot easier.
Mm-hmm, for sure. And I mean, just it's all about just enjoying life, and finding ways to make it a lot. There's so much that goes on in
Yeah.
every single day, but just
Yes.
trying to make it a little easier for ourselves because we have to ensure that every single day we're enjoying what we're doing and how we're doing it.
And just to add to that as well, make time for leisure. Make
Right.
time for your family. Make time for your friends. Go to the movies. Go have a cute lunch date. Go to Devon House or wherever it is that suits your fancy. And do something yourself. You're a mom, which means that you're gonna keep going from the minute you wake up until the time you go to sleep. There's always something to do. There's always homework. There's always laundry or ironing or house cleaning or something that you need to
Yes.
do
Yes.
the day. And as good mothers, we're not going to just leave things to handle themselves. We're gonna want to do it. So, we're always moving, we're always on the go. So make time for yourself. So if you like your nails, ensure you make time to get those things done. If you want to go do your hair, go do it. Don't say, oh, I'll just wait until next week. No, go make the time. Make the time for yourself. Because when it is you don't make the time and you're just so overwhelmed with work and everything else, I feel like it dims your light a bit.
It
Of
does.
course.
It absolutely does. It does. And that's all about self-care too.
Of course.
That's a part of
Self-care.
self-care, understanding who you are and what you need and how to get it.
Right.
As long as we can't help ourselves, but
We have to find a way.
and we have to
Yeah,
model for our children
for sure.
that we have to take time for ourselves, learn to balance. Otherwise, we'll push them to burnout too, right?
Or think that that's the way to go. And it's
That's
not.
normal.
It's not.
Of course.
That's true. So definitely 100% on the self-care.
Yes,
For sure.
love that.
But
Thank you, Michaela. Go ahead.
thank you
Nikki.
so much, Michaela. This has been great. It's
Of course.
been great to talk to the powerhouse mom that you are.
Yes.
I love it.
You're welcome. Thank you. It's so weird that you said powerhouse because that name stuck with me when I had entered the Miss Universe Jamaica competition. Dr. Terry Carell was actually one of the people who came in to train us. And after training, she actually called me the powerhouse.
Really?
So that stuck with me. And I feel like she doesn't even know, but though the words that she had said to me and coining me as a powerhouse totally gave me the biggest confidence boost ever. And I feel like that, along with, you know, my support system, my family, my friends, and just having the drive to be something and get where I want to get, that has done a lot of good for me.
For sure.
Well, you definitely have that powerhouse
Yes.
energy. You exude it. So it's not
Cute.
difficult to coin you that. So
Thank you
Thanks
so
for all
much.
the tips and thanks for being here with us. A
No
lot of
problem.
gems. We've taken a lot of gems.
yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
Thank you so much. Big
All right.
hugs to the daughter.
All right, no problem. Thank you so much.
Alrighty.
I really appreciated the opportunity that you both gave me to just, you know, speak to you guys about these things. It's a great way to get things out there, you
Of
know.
course.
Of
We have to
course.
keep the conversation going.
Keep it going. Yes, yes.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
And, mwah.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of What the 50. Please show your love and encouragement by sharing, subscribing, and leaving a review wherever you're listening.
And don't forget to like and follow us on Instagram, and please join our active Facebook group at what.the50.